Remember that mad dash for toilet paper at the start of the pandemic?
Oh, yeah.
Well, imagine that same frenzy,
Yeah.
but for Nintendo Switches.
Okay.
That's what happened back in 2020.
Wow.
They were practically impossible to find.
Really?
It turns out that scramble for gaming consoles
Uh-huh.
actually reveals something much bigger.
Okay.
Our world runs on these tiny computer chips called semiconductors,
Okay.
and one island makes most of them,
Interesting.
Taiwan.
It's a fascinating story
Yeah.
of how a place, many of us might struggle to even find on a map
Right.
became this tech titan.
Yeah.
We're talking global dominance.
It's like a real-life economic miracle.
It really is.
Today we're diving deep into the story of how Taiwan became a semiconductor superpower.
Great topic.
We've got incredible material to work with.
Oh, fantastic.
Excerpts from an NPR Planet Money collaboration
Okay.
that tell the story through the eyes of Min Wu, a Taiwanese engineer who helped build this industry from the ground up,
Interesting.
and insights from sociologist Tom Gold,
Right.
an expert on Taiwan's economic rise.
Yeah. So we're going to unravel how this nation transformed itself
Yeah.
from a primarily agricultural economy
Right.
to a high-tech powerhouse,
Mm-hmm.
even attracting back these brilliant engineers who had left for Silicon Valley.
Before we jump into the history,
Sure.
can we break down what semiconductors actually are?
Yeah.
I mean, I know they're in our phones and computers,
Right.
but why are they so crucial?
So imagine them as the brains
Okay.
behind every piece of modern electronics.
Okay.
It's not just your phone and your computer.
Right.
They're in your car, your refrigerator, your smartwatch.
Wow.
Basically, anything electronic with even a hint of smart functionality relies on these tiny chips.
So Taiwan's got a lock on this essential industry.
Pretty much.
How did that happen?
They produce the majority of the world's advanced semiconductors, especially the most sophisticated kind, the ones that go into cutting-edge technology, like artificial intelligence and 5G.
Right.
And that, my friend, is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Geopolitically speaking.
Right.
We're talking about a small island nation right next door to China,
Right.
which claims Taiwan as its own territory.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got the U.S., which supports Taiwan's independence
Right.
and relies heavily on their chip production.
That's where we hear about the Silicon Shield, right?
Exactly.
Like Taiwan's chip-making dominance actually helps protect it from Chinese aggression.
Exactly.
Wow, so these tiny chips are holding the balance of power between superpowers.
It really highlights how interconnected our world is.
Yeah, it's hard to wrap my head around that.
It is, and to understand how Taiwan got to this incredibly powerful position,
Yeah.
we need to rewind a bit,
Okay.
back to the Cold War era.
Okay, so back to a time when things were pretty tense
Absolutely.
between the U.S. and the communist world.
Yeah, the U.S. was deeply concerned about the spread of communism, and they saw Taiwan as a key strategic ally in Asia,
Okay.
a bulwark against China's influence.
Right.
So they poured resources into Taiwan,
Okay.
supporting its economic development and helping to prevent it from falling under communist control.
So basically, Taiwan was like a strategic pawn in the Cold War.
You could say that.
Yeah.
But it was a mutually beneficial relationship, that U.S. support,
Right.
coupled with the incredible work ethic and entrepreneurial spirit
Mhm.
of the Taiwanese people,
Yeah.
laid the groundwork for their economic transformation.
But it wasn't just factories popping up overnight.
No.
There must be a story behind how Taiwan attracted the talent to build this industry, right?
There is, and it involves a visionary leader named K.T. Lee.
Okay.
He understood the potential of the semiconductor industry,
Right.
and he had this incredible plan to attract back Taiwanese engineers
Okay.
who had left for places like Silicon Valley. Many of them felt they'd hit a glass ceiling in the U.S.,
Yeah.
limited in their career advancement because of their background.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lee saw an opportunity to bring those brilliant minds back home.
So how did he convince them to uproot their lives and return to Taiwan?
It was partly patriotism,
Okay.
but also a shrewd appeal to their ambitions.
Okay.
He painted a picture of opportunity, a chance to lead, to
Right.
build something truly significant in their homeland,
Right.
and the government backed him up with concrete actions,
Okay.
creating a dedicated industrial zone for tech innovation called the Hsinchu Science Park.
Wow.
It was a strategic and ambitious plan to create a Silicon Valley of their own.
And that's where our engineer Min Woo enters the picture. The
Exactly.
guy who helped build Taiwan's chip empire.
Exactly.
Min Woo embodies this phenomenon we call the reverse brain drain.
Right.
Talented individuals returning to their countries of origin after seeking opportunities abroad.
Yeah.
He studied in Canada,
Yeah.
worked at Intel in Silicon Valley,
All right.
but ultimately felt limited by the opportunities there.
Interesting.
So when he heard about what was happening back in Taiwan, he decided to take the leap.
Wow. It must have been a tough call,
Yeah,
leaving behind a presumably comfortable life in the U.S.
right.
to start from scratch in Taiwan.
It takes guts to leave a stable job
Oh, absolutely.
and dive headfirst into something brand new.
Yeah.
What drove Min Woo to take that risk?
For Min Woo, the pull of home,
Okay.
the chance to build something truly impactful in Taiwan,
Right.
outweighed those risks.
Mm-hmm.
It was the late 80s, the dawn of the computer age,
Right.
and he was riding that wave of technological advancement.
Yeah.
He had this grand vision of building his own semiconductor factory in Taiwan.
Okay.
But like any ambitious venture, he needed funding.
Right.
And that wasn't easy to come by.
So how did he get started?
What-
Did he find investors right away?
Not quite.
Okay.
He had to get creative. It was a time when the U.S. and Japan were locked in a trade war,
Right.
and the Japanese companies that supplied chips for Nintendo were facing restrictions.
Okay.
Min Woo, with his experience in both the U.S. and Taiwan,
Right.
saw a golden opportunity.
So he managed to snag a deal with Nintendo
He did.
before even having a factory.
Yeah.
That's some serious business savvy.
Oh, yeah.
How did he pull that off?
He was a master networker.
Okay.
He'd already established businesses in both the U.S. and Taiwan.
Okay.
And through some clever maneuvering,
Mm-hmm.
he was able to secure those coveted Nintendo contracts.
But if he didn't have a factory,
Right.
where was he getting the chips from?
Well-
was he like making them in his garage or something?
Not quite in his garage.
Okay.
But he was essentially playing middleman.
Okay.
He was buying semiconductors from Samsung,
Okay.
the Korean tech giant,
Mm-hmm.
and then selling them to Nintendo.
Wow.
Imagine the logistics of that.
Yeah.
Navigating international trade, managing relationships. Yeah.
All while building towards his ultimate goal of having his own production facility.
That sounds incredibly risky.
It was.
What if something went wrong with the supply chain?
It was a high-wire act for sure,
Yeah.
but Min Woo had the tenacity and the vision to make it work.
Okay.
And that Nintendo deal wasn't just about profits.
Right.
It was about building credibility.
Okay.
By 1989, just a few years after returning to Taiwan,
Yeah.
he secured enough funding to build his first semiconductor factory.
So from a borrowed desk to a state-of-the-art factory. That's the kind of story you see in movies.
It's a testament to his drive
Yeah.
and the support he was able to rally.
Right.
Remember, this wasn't just one man's success story.
Right.
Min Woo's journey is a microcosm
Okay.
of the larger Taiwan miracle unfolding at the time.
Okay.
Across the island, semiconductor factories were springing up.
Wow.
The government was providing incentives.
Okay.
Foreign investment was pouring in.
Right.
And those engineers, KT Lee, had lured back.
We're creating a vibrant tech ecosystem.
So it was a perfect storm of opportunity meeting talent and a whole lot of hard work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And one crucial factor often overlooked
Okay.
is a specific policy implemented by the Taiwanese government,
Okay.
tax breaks for tech companies.
Oh, wow.
This bold move significantly lowered the cost of doing business, making Taiwan an even more attractive destination for investment and innovation.
It's amazing how quickly this transformation happened.
I know it is.
In just a couple of decades, Taiwan went from an agricultural economy
Right.
to dominating the global semiconductor industry.
Yeah.
That's a meteoric rise.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it had a seismic impact on the global economy.
Right.
Suddenly, this little island was at the heart of the tech world, producing the brains of everything from our smartphones and computers
Right.
to cars, airplanes, and even advanced military hardware.
It's mind-boggling to think how much we rely on these tiny chips made in Taiwan. It also makes those geopolitical tensions we talked about earlier even more serious.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Taiwan's success made it incredibly valuable to both the U.S. and China.
Right.
Whoever controls Taiwan essentially controls a huge chunk of the global tech supply chain.
Right.
And China has never relinquished its claim on Taiwan, seeing its semiconductor industry as a strategic asset.
So Taiwan is stuck in a high-stakes tug-of-war.
In a way, yes.
Okay.
The Taiwanese people have built a thriving democracy and have a strong desire for self-determination.
Yeah.
But China's ambitions loom large.
It's a delicate situation, to say the least.
It is.
And the U.S. is caught in the middle,
Right.
trying to support Taiwan without provoking China.
Yeah.
What a balancing act.
It is. The U.S. has this policy called strategic ambiguity,
Okay.
which means they haven't explicitly said they'd intervene militarily
Oh, yeah.
if China were to attack Taiwan.
Hmm.
But they've also provided Taiwan with weapons and military support. It's a complex dance designed to deter conflict
Yeah.
without making any firm commitments.
It sounds like walking a tightrope, honestly.
Yeah, it does.
So for everyday folks like us,
Right.
what does all this mean?
Well,
Should we be worried that our phones and laptops will suddenly become unaffordable?
that's a valid concern.
Or even disappear if things escalate?
The pandemic already showed us how fragile global supply chains can be.
Right.
And a conflict over Taiwan would have much wider repercussions.
Yeah.
It's not just about gadgets.
Right.
Semiconductors are vital to industries like healthcare,
Mm.
transportation, and energy. Disruptions to the supply chain could lead to higher prices,
Right.
shortages, and even economic instability.
It's incredible how something as small as a semiconductor can have such a massive impact on our lives
Right.
and the entire global landscape.
It's a testament to the power of technology and its interconnectedness.
Yeah.
Min Woo's journey highlights this perfectly.
Okay.
His personal ambition, fueled by a desire to contribute to Taiwan's development,
Yeah.
ended up placing him at the heart of this global power struggle.
It really makes you think.
It does.
What if Min Woo had stayed in Silicon Valley?
Right.
Would Taiwan's tech sector have flourished in the same way?
Mm.
Would we even be having this conversation today?
Those are fascinating questions.
Yeah.
It underscores how individual actions can intersect with broader historical currents
Right.
to shape the course of events.
Mhm.
It also makes you wonder if other nations could replicate Taiwan's success story.
Yeah.
What were the key ingredients?
Right.
Could they be applied elsewhere?
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
What are the biggest takeaways from our deep dive into Taiwan's semiconductor industry?
I think the key takeaway is the power of human ingenuity and strategic vision.
Okay.
Taiwan transformed itself from an agricultural backwater to a technological powerhouse
Right.
in a remarkably short time frame.
Yeah.
They had strong leadership, a skilled workforce,
Mm.
and the foresight to invest in the right technologies at the right time.
And while that success story is incredibly inspiring,
Absolutely.
it's also tinged with a sense of caution.
It is.
Their dominance in semiconductors has made them economically vital,
Right.
but also geopolitically vulnerable.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that dependence on any single source,
Mm-hmm.
even for something as crucial as computer chips,
Right.
can carry risks.
Precisely. And this brings us to an important question for all of us to consider.
Oh.
What can we do to make our world more resilient and less susceptible to these kinds of vulnerabilities?
Yeah.
Do we need to diversify supply chains?
Right.
Invest more in domestic chip production?
Mhm.
These are complex questions with no easy answers,
Yeah.
but they're crucial for navigating the future of technology and global stability.
Min Woo's story, the Taiwan miracle, the intricate relationship between China, the U.S., and Taiwan.
Absolutely.
It all adds up to a fascinating and an incredibly relevant story.
It's a reminder that technology isn't just about gadgets and innovation. It's deeply intertwined with politics, economics, and even human ambition.
We've just scratched the surface today.
Yeah.
But I hope this deep dive has sparked your curiosity.
Me too.
If you want to learn more about Taiwan,
Right.
its history,
Mm.
and its role in shaping our technological world, there's a wealth of information out there waiting to be discovered.
Absolutely.
Do your own deep dive.
I second that.
And if you enjoyed today's exploration,
Yeah.
don't forget to subscribe to the deep dive for more fascinating journeys into the most important topics of our time.